Happy Thursday, you handsome lot. On the ramp today, I don't know if you've recognised already, but I've got a 2013 Ford Mondeo, and it is a titanium X. It is quite loaded. It's got leather seats and fancy bits of trims and one thing and another. But it has come about a couple hours drive, I think, for a timing belt and water pump replacement. And I tell you what, I am feeling absolutely like death today. It has really hit me hard, but we need to plod on. We've got work to do, cars to fix. But however, should we get involved and make a start? First things first, disconnect the battery, and then we're going to just take the cap off the coolant reservoir. We're going to take the vehicle up in the air now and attach the engine support and also drain the coolant out of it. Now with this vehicle up in the air, if you haven't seen me use this pickless engine support by now, it's an absolute brilliant tool. It hooks onto the subframe on most vehicles. There is a little strap which you can get, but 9 times out of 10 it'll fit to the subframe. You have to get a little bit creative on where you need to mount it, and it goes across the floor plan or to the chassis legs, and it's such an absolute ideal tool. Saves so much time, and it just goes onto the bottom of the sump with a screw jack, so you can take that engine up and down. And 9 times out of 10, when you put a little bit of load on it, you can go up and you can just take the engine mount off and the engine stays perfectly in place. That is one of my top 10 tools for this year. Now with that engine supported from underneath, we can jump around. I've undone the 215s that hold the engine mount to the chassis. I'm going to undo the 2 now. I'm going to have to put my Ugga Dugger up for this. Undo the 2, and this engine now should pretty much stay in place and be supported perfectly. What have I left there? I might just have to take it up. Just to wheel that loose. There we go. And that mount now will come out perfect. Now these timing belts on these 2 litres, they are relatively easy to do. Just be careful when you're removing all the plastic timing covers and all the fuel pipes and stuff like that, because in this cold weather everything will be brittle and it will snap quicker than you can say snap. We need to just remove some 10 mils now on the upper timing cover, then we can pop it off out of the way. Right, well I've had to raise the vehicle back up in the air, remove the inner wheel arch, all because right at the bottom of the upper timing cover there's a 10 mil. I don't know if I can show you. And it is a little bit of a pain to get to. Just that one there, which I've already slackened off. Now we can drop it back down. Now I've got this vehicle back down to working height, we need to set the timing up. Now, I've done many of these over the years and I know exactly where everything goes, but the crank is going to be hard for me to show because it is a little bit fiddly. So we jump around on all data. Dun 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 dun. The camshaft, there's a little pin, goes in there, into that little hole. I don't know if you can see, into that hole there. And then the crankshaft, there is a little in the flywheel, and we've got a pin that goes in there, and it have got this master pin set that I've had for years and years, and I can't remember which one it is that slots in it. I think it's that one, but we'll find out in a minute. We'll find out in a minute. I'm just going to get my 21 mil now, or 22 mil, turn the crank over, and get that camshaft aligned up. With that all aligned up now, we can get that camshaft pin, and that should just slide in. Perfect. Right, let's take the vehicle up and lock the crankshaft up. Right, well the crank is now timed up. I've put the pin in and we've removed the crankshaft pulley. Right, just be careful with this pickup ring, because if you're not careful and you damage it, this vehicle will not start, and if it is damaged, you're going to have to buy a new one. Let's plonk that just on the side. Be extra careful with it. Now we have got to remove This crankshaft sensor as well, take extra care because it can, again, snap. Everything snaps in this cold weather, it's awful. And once we've got that out, we can remove this lower timing cover. Now once you're happy with all your timing pins are in and everything's locked, we can grab a 13mm now on the timing belt tensioner, wang it back. We should be able... Oh, I'm not in the mood today. And just pop that belt off. A little bit of magic. And there we go, that is one original belt. To be honest with you, it's not in that bad condition. There is a little bit of perishing going on, but you'd expect that, wouldn't you? Expect that. Right, one of the idlers, it is integrated into the engine mount. Now, when I first did one of these many moons ago, I don't know why I did it, but I just did it. I took the engine mount off and all that. Oh, the right kerfuffle. But anyway, we've only got to undo that one, and the idler. Oh, I'm telling you now, it's one of them days. Undo that bottom bolt, and then that idler will just drop out. I've now got this vehicle up in the air with my lovely little receptacle, and we're just catching all the water because we are replacing the water pump as well. Now these do tend to weep at the little weep hole. It is quite common on them. But while that's just draining out, I'm going to go for my lunch. What time are we on? 5 to 1. I'm going to go and get something hot and warm up, I think. Well, I'm not going to lie, after my lunch, I am now feeling the cold after being in the warm for a little bit. I had a dirty, great big pork and cranberry sausage roll. Oh, tell you what, it didn't even touch the sides. Didn't even touch the sides. Right, let's get back to business. Now, we have removed the water pump, and we've cleaned all the surface down, and it is looking like brand new. And how I've done it was a little carbine scraper, get the old gasket off, and then with some 3M Scotch pad, and giving that surface a good clean down. Now let's move round to the water pump. The amount of people that I still see putting gaskets on with silicone is beyond me. It's crazy. But yeah, these new metal gaskets they don't need, or any gasket does not need sealant at all. We can get this now bolted back to the block and torqued up to 11 Newton meters. That's what it says on technical information over there. Oh, I'm really feeling the cold today. As always, whenever you replace a water pump and there's coolant bin everywhere, give it a little bit of a cleaner-rooney down with some brake and clutch cleaner, because you don't want any contamination on that new belt, do we? Look at that now, everything is looking like brand new. We like it when it looks brand new. Now, to get the idler in, it's easier from underneath. Put the bolt in. It slides into the engine mount. Simple as that, and we can get that torqued up. With that idler, now torqued up to speckaroony. Now, there's many ways that I speak to a lot of mechanics over Instagram and what have you, and there's many different ways to keep the belt on the crankshaft pulley while you're putting it on. A lot of lads use cardboard, some lads use tyre valves, but in this kit that I bought, there is a spring horseshoe clip. It just springs around the crankshaft pulley. It keeps it in place. Right, let's drop it down and get it on the camshaft. Once you've gone ahead and you've got your timing belt around the camshaft and all the pulleys and idlers and tensioners and God knows what, we need to put the tension on the belt. Now, it's hard for me to show you down here, so I'm just going to show you on some information. If you have a little look at me, that's better. You've got to get the little pointer in between the little groove with a 6mm Allen key. I don't know whether you'll lot will see it now. Moving. Just put the tension on. We can get it aligned up. And then, once that's right, we can get on our torque wrench and get it torqued up to 21 Newton meters. Right, well that belt is all tensioned up. I'm not going to wrap it on anymore because I'm generally feeling so ill. I'm going to chuck the rest of this job building it back up into a little bit of a time lapse, and then we can get on the key and give it a big start rolling. And there you go, with a little bit of magic, that car now is all back together. We've given everything a little bit of a cleaner-oonie. We've got some fresh coolant in it. So we go ahead now and get on the key and give it a big start. Now, for all those that are asking, this vehicle has done 91,000 miles. Plonk ignition on. Perfect. Put the heaters on full bore. And let this car tick over. Right, well, I'm going to leave that car ticking over now for a short time, well, a short period, and I'm going to grab my tools, put my tools away, and then come and stand by my heater, and I'm going to get nice and warm. Now, I don't know whether to just have tomorrow off because I am feeling like death, and I'm not busting a gut for anybody. But anyway, if you've liked the video, please hit that like and subscribe, and no doubt you might not see me tomorrow, but you'll definitely see me on video in the near future. So anyway, please hit that like and subscribe, and let's get it sent.